Okay, everyone, welcome. Today we're gonna learn about how to cook chickpeas. So right now we have already done some of the processing. The chickpeas were already in water for a couple of hours before we put them into the cooker, as you can see. And when we placed them into the cooker, we put one tomato, as you can see, diced tomato, and one potato to help with softening of the chickpeas. So when this is all done, we're gonna start the process here. We're gonna add the following to the oil. Those are cardamoms. You have black cardamoms, small green cardamoms, and you have a cinnamon stick. And we've just added that's clove powder to the oil. So we're getting the base ready, and then we already have pre-cut, as you can see, onions, garlic, green chili, ginger, tomatoes, and of course cilantro. So we're gonna wait until you hear this popping sound. That means the oil is getting warmed up. And then also, it's going to start opening up the cloves, the cinnamon stick, and then the cardamom. So now we're going to add garlic. That smells good. And by the way, this is my mom helping me cook, so I'm the sous chef here, let's just say that. And we're gonna add onions. So in a sense, we're getting the saute ready that eventually we will add the chickpeas to it. So we're making the chickpea curry. I wish you could smell this. Smelling really good. And as far as the heat is concerned, that's up to you. If you think you can handle it at high heat, then make sure you keep mixing it every once in a while. And if you have it at low heat, then you don't have to do that all the time. And we will keep working it until it gets close to brown. So depending on how much onions you have, it could take a few minutes. So for this, as you can see, we almost have 3/4 of a cooker of chickpeas, and for that we have 1.5 red onion. We have, I'm gonna say, the one bundle of garlic, and then we probably have, a good amount of ginger, and then of course the green chili. So, like we said, we do not measure it by ounces, or I do not measure it by, spoons or whatever. It's just we have a measurement of the eye, kind of say that, okay, if we're cooking this much, we already know how much we're gonna put in. So I'm not one of those chefs, or my mom isn't per se, that would know exactly how many. We just look at it and we know how much we need to add, right? So these are grinded in a grinder. You can also choose to dice them if you want, and same thing with the garlic, the ginger, and the chili, or you can use the grinder like we did. So it really depends on how, and it also depends on what you're cooking. But I like it diced myself. I use it by hand. Mom likes it in the grinder. So personal preference as well. As you can see, they're starting to turn a little bit, but we still have some left that needs a little bit more cooking. So as you can see, we're still working on this, so it does take a few minutes, and you want to make sure it's cooked properly. You know, otherwise, what's going to happen is the taste, you know, is going to have an effect later. So want to make sure it's cooked properly, and then you guys can probably see the color turning, but it's not still at where we want it to be. So we'll keep on cooking. And we've used red onion here because we like how it tastes. You can use the yellow if you want, or white, whatever you call it. But then the taste, you'll see the difference in taste once you cook it with red and once you cook it with yellow. So as you can see, we are still cooking it because it's not where it needs to be. So we'll keep on, you know, yeah, we'll keep on going until it's time to add the other stuff in. And then talked to Mom, and she said she actually measured stuff. So I guess you know, she knew we were gonna do that. So I will post that in the description as far as how many cups we used here for the chickpeas. And then I already know there's 1 tomato, 1 potato in there. And then I know we have 1.5 onion, so I saw her doing that. And then as far as the garlic and the ginger, and then how much of green chili we used, so on and so forth. In the meantime, I can show you guys something here. This is garam masala. You can buy this at the stores, but we like to make it fresh at home. So this is a secret recipe that only Mom knows that we use. And then, yeah, we're not sharing that one. But you can get one that you can get from the market. Or maybe I'll tell Mom if we can start selling this stuff. It's really good stuff. And also here we have the rest of the spices. Of course we have salt. And this is your regular salt. It's not sea salt or anything like that. We have turmeric. We also have cumin seeds. And we have coriander powder. And then we have we also have so coriander powder. I'm trying to think of the name in English. Oh yeah, of course, cumin powder. So you have cumin seeds and cumin powder, right? So yeah, this is what we have. And then one special thing we have here is fenugreek. So this is dried fenugreek that you can then buy. And as you can see, we kind of like smash it in. Okay, we're ready for adding the rest of the ingredients. So that's ginger and green chili. So you want to add the garlic along with the onions, and then ginger along with the peppers, because what ginger does, it will dry everything up. As you can see, that there was a little bit of oil that you could see earlier. Now ginger is kind of like soaking it up, right? So that's why we add it later, because we don't want to keep mixing the ingredients up as we cook. And now we know, as we know, that, you know, the time has come closer. And then the one big chili you saw in there, that was left ungrinded on purpose, because we like it that way. You don't have to. So I'm going to turn down the heat a little bit, because that's what ginger does. It likes to grab everything to the bottom. It likes to stick to the bottom. And we're going to add the garam masala. As you can see, that was half of... Yeah, I'll post the measurements later. We don't have to worry about it right now. There we go. Give it a good mix. And then there's going to be time to add the tomatoes right now. There it is. Tomatoes going to help them, you know, that stickiness to go away. So you want to add them as soon as you can, right after the ginger and all that, but not fairly quickly either, because you want that ginger to get cooked a little bit. There we go, look at that. quite ironically, at this point, you can make a lot of dishes with this, but for this moment, we're only gonna cook chickpea curry. So, and we can start taking out the cardamoms. We can start taking out. We're gonna have the black one, and of course, we'll have the green one if we see it, and then the cinnamon stick if we see it somewhere. If we don't see it, if we don't take it out, it's okay. Because as we eat it, you're gonna find them, and you can take them out. There we go, that looks good. There we go, found another one. It's kind of like finding socks when you do the laundry, right?
Okay.
So as you can see now, right here, that oil that was there before is coming back. That's when you know it's getting cooked. So now we're gonna add salt, and we're gonna add turmeric. And that's a tablespoon right there. That's 15 ml tablespoon we just used. And then salt is according to taste. You like it more, you can put more. You like it less, you put less. I always put less because you can always add in the salt later. It's hard to take out extra salt once you've added it in. So I'd rather put less than more. There we go. Give it a good mix. And we're gonna start adding some water because we are cooking a curry. So this is almost a curry paste that we made, and now from the curry paste to the curry. So the curry paste that you buy in the stores, I hope they put all this stuff in there. I don't know if they do. I've never tried it, but this is what it takes to make a curry paste. All right. We're gonna let it simmer for a little bit. We're still on high heat, so when a chef is cooking at a high heat, you know the chef knows what it's doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, you probably want to cook it at a, I'm gonna say at a 5 or a 4 if you got a electric, and if you got a gas, then you probably want to turn it down halfway. So we'll keep on stirring it until we're gonna see that oil coming to the top, because eventually that oil, it's gonna float to the top, and when it floats to the top, that's your indication. As you can see, it's starting to form on the edges there, and it's starting to form in the middle. And once you start seeing that, you're gonna make sure that keep stirring. So that is good. That looks good right there. Yeah, we can drink this if we want to, but let's not do that. All right, we're ready. We're gonna add it. There we go. All in. The whole thing. There we go. Beautiful. And we're gonna put this one away, and we're gonna mix it up real good. So this is that chana masala or the chana curry that you usually get at a restaurant. This is how it's made. I'm gonna get far away from it because this heat is getting to me. And if you don't think there's enough, we can add water in the rest of the mixture and bring it back, because we want to make sure we grab all of it. And this right here is now the fenugreek that I showed you guys earlier. You don't want to add too much of it. This just helps with the flavor a little bit, and then it helps it, to release the rest of the sauces. If you add this too early, what it does is it's gonna separate the oil from the curry early on. So we don't want to add it early on. We want to add it at the very, very end. And then she only put a little bit. Usually I'm kind of generous with the fenugreek. I like that stuff. But cilantro, just like that, goes in. There we go. Look at that. That looks really good. Making me hungry. Alright, well that's how it's done, guys. I hope you liked the video. I hope you like my little jokes I threw in there. There's only 2, but this is how it's done. So you want to leave it on there now until it simmers up again, so you know it's hot and warm and ready to go. And once it does that, that's it, you're good to go. Right now would be a good time, if you wanted to add more water. Let's say you wanted to make you know, more curry, then remember in the earlier process when we added water, that will be a good time to add it, because if you add the water now, the taste is going to be diluted. So the better step to do is you know, a few steps ago when we added the water to the curry paste. That's when you want to do it. Okay, guys, like the video, let me know how it was, and then if you have any requests of what you want to see, let me know. And also an important note that when you get the chickpeas, make sure you wash them before you put them in the water. Okay? It's really important to wash them. Alright? Thank you, and I will see you next time.